You know, last night as I, 2 nights ago when I watched Raw, one of the moments that I was looking forward to, because yes, I read the spoilers, and I can't help but read the spoilers, especially if you live on the West Coast, and Raw is happening live on the East Coast and in the Midwest. So I ended up watching I ended up watching it after I read the spoilers, and I watched it not just because I saw that it was a good Raw. It was. It was a good Raw. And it's also the fact that we're getting into WrestleMania season, so I'm going to probably end up watching more Raw and SmackDowns and all that. At least Raw, momentarily. But there was one reason I watched Raw last night, 2 nights ago. One reason. And that reason was what I read online. What I read online was that the night before WrestleMania, right next door at the New Orleans Arena, right next door to the Superdome, the first inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2014 was announced. And even though I knew already who it was, I marked out still. I did this and all that. I was just so happy. Because the first inductee to the 2014 Hall of Fame is the Ultimate Warrior. I cannot express to you how big of a Warrior fan I was, and still am. I am as big a Warrior fan as I am a Hulkamania fan. I grew up on the Warrior. My older sister, who's 4 years older than me, was a huge fan of the Ultimate Warrior. She was. And anytime you might mention something involving him, it'll pique her. She'll listen. If you talk about, this is what he did, he's this, he's that, she'll actually go like, oh really? It's like it may not pique her interest as much as it used to when she was a teen, but it still piques her interest because still there's a part of my sister, is just like it's a part of everybody else that's in that same situation, it still is a fan of Ultimate Warrior because he was different. He was literally a comic book superhero come to life, as everybody has said. He was. I mean, the unique presence of this guy just blew people's minds. I was such a Warrior fan that for Halloween one year, I dressed up as the Ultimate Warrior. My parents went out to a costume shop or a Kmart or whatever, got me an Ultimate Warrior costume, a mask, the trestles, if you will, that they could get. It was just like a little mask and all that, little trestles and all that. It was like a little full-on bodysuit that you put right in front of you. Just like a regular costume, it was a full-on kind of a plastic bodysuit kind of thing. And I was the Ultimate Warrior for Halloween that year. That is how big of an impact. And I remember me and my class, it was at Eldridge Elementary School in Hayward. We took a picture, and I was like this right in the middle. Right in front in the middle, I was doing that. Because I was a huge Ultimate Warrior fan. Always have been, always will be. And to hear that he went, and he is going to go into the Hall of Fame this year is even better. I mean, just like with Hulk Hogan, I followed him. I marked out back in 1998. As crazy as that sounds, I marked out in 1998 when he showed up in WCW. And true, WCW didn't know what to do with him at times, or they did know, but they didn't have the control they should have had, like the WWE had. They didn't have him on the leash like the WWE had, but still, I was marking out. I marked out big time for the Ultimate Warrior being in WCW. True, he was just known as the Warrior, but it was still the Ultimate Warrior. It just blew my mind to see that. And then afterwards he disappeared into obscurity. He's had some very choice words to say about certain people like Hogan, like Vince McMahon. He's had his ups and downs, if you will. But obviously he's rebuilt himself. And then a couple of years ago, when I heard he was going to wrestle again against Orlando Jordan for a company's championship that Orlando had. As soon as I heard that, I looked around on YouTube and everywhere to find the match and watch it, and I watched it. And I enjoyed it. True, with the butch haircut and everything, he was still the Warrior. There's no doubt about it. You can't change that. But to know that this guy, to know what this guy did for this company, to know what this guy's done for this business, for the fans, can never be questioned. I mean, here's a guy that came back not once, not twice, but 3 times for the WWE. He came back in the mid-90s to help rejuvenate, to kind of help out that new generation era. Because basically he fit into the mold of a new generation. But what more can you say about this? What more can you say? I mean, if there's any fans that have either left wrestling, still have interest in wrestling, watch it on occasions, if there's anybody they've been waiting to see go into any kind of wrestling Hall of Fame whatsoever, it's been the Warrior. And to see him team with the people he's teamed with, Hulk Hogan, Sting, to name a few. I mean, just unbelievable. Just unbelievable. And all I can say is I cannot wait to tune into the WWE Network and watch the Hall of Fame ceremony and see what he has to say, because I guarantee you it's going to be worth the watch. It's going to be worth the price of admission. It's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be huge. And it's like an old saying goes, if this doesn't show you that time heals all wounds, I don't know what does. But I am so happy. I still mark out at the thought of this, that he'll be in the Hall of Fame this year. And I can only imagine the cast of Hall of Famers that are going to join him. They're going to be inducted. They're going to join him and be inducted alongside him in the 2014 class. I can only imagine the other potential candidates. So, that's all I'm going to say about it, folks. Hats off to the Ultimate Warrior. Congratulations to the Ultimate Warrior. Heck of a career, and I hope they do something with him at WrestleMania 30, because it will definitely be worth it, and it'll definitely help things come full circle. So, that's all I'm going to say. Let me know what you guys think about it down below. Peace out. God bless. This Hall of Fame year, this Hall of Fame class is definitely an Ultimate Warrior.